Hey guys, welcome back to Talks with JJ. I hope everyone's having an amazing day. So let's get started with today's interview. Today's guest is a known influencer, someone who has had a very well-established business in such a young age. To sum it up, she's a very versatile influencer. So let's all welcome the elegant Erim Kaur. Is that how you pronounce your name?
Yes, you got it right. You got it right. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Thank you for being here. How are you today?
I'm okay. It's a bit late for me right now, but I'm pushing through. I've had quite a few different meetings today, so hopefully we have some fun. Just nice little relaxing chat.
That's good. How's lockdown treating you?
Yeah, it's okay actually. I think I've adapted.
So for the people that are listening and that don't know, you can tell us a little bit about yourself, like when and where you started.
Yeah, so I am 25. My name is Erim Kaur. I'm Sikh. I'm based in London. I'm an influencer and the founder of a luxury hair care brand called by Erim.
Wow, great. That sounds a lot. Just 25-year-old and you've got so much established already. You're pretty much a prime example of be the adult you needed as a child. Yeah.
Love that quote. Love that quote.
You know exactly what you're doing and you're putting yourself out there for the people that haven't had that sort of role model in their life. So how comes you come around to that? How comes you decided to put yourself out there on Instagram for those people?
So I think, like, for those of you who don't know, my mum passed when I was 8 years old and I was brought up in a just with my dad, my brother. Why should I know? So having like very little female influence aside from my grandma, who I was very lucky to have in my life, I think I just naturally gravitated towards girls. Like, honestly, such a girl's girl. Like, I have only girlfriends. Like, I'm all about the girl power. And I've always been like that, but I think without knowing. And when I went onto social media, you know, when I was just casually in my final year of uni, you know, I never really took it seriously until I graduated. I just found that I was very much projecting, you know, I want female energy in my life. And I think that was attracting girls who wanted the same thing. And I think it kind of very authentically grew from there, if that makes sense. I don't know if you're into like energy and vibes.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah, I manifested it.
No, that makes sense. It's important to just start somewhere and see what sort of audience you attract.
Yeah, that's interesting. And it also leans into the perception that people have of you, because if you're perceived to be something, you're going to attract that. So it's a bit of both, really.
Now, obviously, being a public figure, it's not easy. Sometimes you get hate comments. How do you deal with that?
I think it's important to, as much energy that you put into the hate comments, put into the, you know, positive comments.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like, if that person doesn't care enough about themselves to remove that hatred from their heart, why should I care about them in terms of, you know, putting any energy into taking seriously what they've said? You know, you've got to be a weird person to leave a comment to a stranger online. You've got to have issues.
That's really true.
That doesn't mean that you want to give me your issues. I'm going to keep moving.
Wow, that's actually really good thinking to have, because some people, I feel like that's one of the reasons they don't put themselves out there, because they're scared of the hate they're going to receive.
It's hard, and it takes a while to get, not that I've reached like perfect mentality towards it, because obviously we'll have our days, but it takes a while to realize that like a hurt person will always hurt people.
True. And I think a lot of people have started addressing that issue as well.
Yeah, it takes like one person to be shown as an example.
Yeah,
kind of like, and someone I know, one of my friends had someone arrested for the hate that they were getting, and I'm just kind of like, more power to you, you know, well done for doing that, because that story, it will reverberate throughout the community, and like hopefully people will be like, oh damn, I don't want to leave hate in case they get arrested, you know.
Yeah, if you don't have anything to say, just don't say.
Amen.
You know,
you got it.
So moving aside of that, what was your first ever job?
I was working as a hostess at a restaurant.
Oh wow. I know in your recent Q&A you mentioned that you've had a lot of jobs in the past and stuff.
I've had every job that exists in hospitality.
Really? What was your favorite?
Yeah. My favorite job, oh my god, do you know, a job that really taught me a lot was a professional contract where I was consulting. I learned a lot, but the funnest job, I used to work in nightclubs like all over the world. Wow. I know. So yeah, that was fun. Very fun. Yeah, I've been working in clubs since I was 18 until I think I was like 23 or 24.
Oh wow. You studied as well, right? You got a degree in business, I think.
Yes.
I'm right, yeah. Did that help you in any way? I know you started your business of the oil. And recently it was 1 year anniversary, so congratulations for that, for coming so far.
It was the best day. I was just so happy. I was like, forget my birthday, this is the day that matters. But yeah, regarding my degree, So I got a first from University of Manchester in international business. I thought I was so smart. I was so unemployed. I wasn't just a little bit unemployed. I was so unemployed for 8 months after I graduated. And I just realized like I spent a lot of my energy into this degree that just did not serve me in terms of my career whatsoever. Not one interview that I went to and got rejected from ever asked me about my degree and like what I got in my degree. And I just spent so much energy in that. So it helped me socially and growth in terms of like, you know, within myself. But did it help me in my career? No, because the thing is like, I picked all modules that weren't as related to the thing that I'm doing now, which is running a business. I should have taken all of the boring modules in supply chain and manufacturing, but I took all the fun ones, you know, digital marketing and stuff. And whilst that did help me, a lot of my knowledge was quite intuitive and applying to social media, which is what they weren't teaching us at school. So yeah, it didn't help me, to be honest. But
do you think now it's been over a year you've been running that business, is there something you've learned you wish you knew before you started?
I really, and I'm linking back to this, but I really wish I researched the kind of more traditional elements of a business versus like marketing. I found marketing easy. You know, when you're a kid, you find something easy, so you do it. And I just didn't want to look at operations or HR and accounting. I didn't want to look at it.
Once you get into uni, it's just about the first concept people have is having fun and enjoying while you're learning. But then living in a country like UK, it's more about having the experience. People look for experience more than the degree.
Yeah. Erim at that age, she didn't know that she was going to start her own business. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
She was just like, how can I just get first? How can I pick the easiest module? Which is not the way to do it, kids. Do the stuff that matters.
So what would you say to the people out there that are planning to start a business but find an excuse to say, no, maybe not yet, maybe later?
You know what? Like if you do it later, someone else is going to start. So you might as well just do it now.
True.
Someone is going to start. If you don't do it, someone's going to do it. If it's a good idea, just do it. Like I thank God that I keep calling her little Erim. She really was only 24. Like I started it when I was 24. I'm so glad that I took that risk because that's not my personality. I'm not a very risky person. I was kind of like peer pressured into starting. And then once I started, it was a snowball effect. And I was like, oh my God, all of these sunk costs. Like I need to just keep going.
The day you released it, I think you went out of stock with your products. Was that
true? we sell out. Yeah, it's out within 4 hours the first time.
Oh wow.
Which is nice.
Wow. How did you feel?
It was only 250 units. That was one of the proudest days of my life. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what it felt like?
Right.
You know when like you wake up every day, you go work and you're just like, I don't want to do this. I don't want to be here. I don't want to. And I just was always told like, you're going to find your calling. You're going to find your calling. That sounds like such a distant concept. And then that day where I sold out, my heart was just like, you have found peace in this. Like this was your calling. This is what you were born to do. This is what you were meant to do your whole life. And you found it. Like lucky me for finding it, you know, when I was 24.
Oh, that sounds like such a relief, like knowing what you wanted to do.
It was a relief. That is honestly, that is the exact word, how it felt. I remember I was lying in bed and I just felt relief because I was like, I struggled so hard to get employed. I was fired from so many jobs. And I just felt like, I don't have to go to an interview to be the founder of this business. I don't have to ever be fired as the CEO of this business. Like it's mine and I get to make all the decisions. And in the companies that I'd worked for that didn't trust my ideas or whatever, I was just like, yo, I done all of this myself. You lot should have listened to me. You lot should have hired me.
You feel happy they didn't listen to you. So now
Oh God, thank God. Thank God I didn't get a grad scheme, honestly. Thank God all of these big ones that I applied to got rejected on the first round. Thank God I did.
It's good. See, everything works out. Just don't give up and you'll get there one day. That's really good.
You said it. Don't give up.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Everybody get your roll on. I know shorty and she doesn't want no slow song. Had a man last year, I ain't